OpenAI recently launched a bunch of tools that make it easier for businesses to build AI agents. And this is a fun launch for me because this is really a quality of life improvement and not just like a hype cycle launch. So the two things that are worth talking about are the Responses API and the Agents SDK. The Responses API is a new API interface that bundles a lot of the different functionality that you might need in order to build AI agents right into the API so that you can get those things right out of the box. This includes built-in tools like web search, file search, and computer use. And it also means that you're going to be able to access some of the new research preview models that power those tools. For example, there's a search-specific model that specifically specializes in conducting search. And you can see here when they compare all the different models on the simple QA benchmark, which measures factual accuracy, the search models actually do a lot better. You'll also be able to access the computer using agent model, which is what powers OpenAI's operator. Onto the Agents SDK. This is basically an SDK that includes things that allow you to more easily orchestrate multi-agent systems. You can easily create an agent by basically describing what it can do, giving it some instructions, and specifying what tools that agent can use. The Agent SDK will then handle this thing that they like to call the agent loop. This is when an agent basically goes out, tries to do a task, figures out if it actually accomplished the task, and then will keep going and looping until it finishes the task. Of course, you want to make sure that you put limits on how long the agent will loop so that it doesn't loop forever. Agents can also hand off work from one agent to another, and there are built-in tools around observability and guardrails. These types of frameworks are really nice because you can avoid some of the boilerplate and custom orchestration that you often have to do if you build this entire thing on your own. However, it does mean you have less visibility into what the agents themselves can do. This type of architecture reminds me a little bit of Crew AI, but I find it a little bit simpler. I guess all of these companies are just influencing each other on how AI agent architecture should look. Overall, I'm loving these quality of life improvements for developers, and I hope we see more of it. I'm Diana, and I break down tech startups and AI without the hype. Follow for more.